About halfway now, so close but still so far. The current was against them and it was cold, so unbearably cold. Another huge wave rose from the deep, coming at them fast. It towered over them as it took one last glowering look before the plunge. The men clawed desperately at the boat to stay on board. "Brace!" yelled one as the sea drenched them in its fury.
Suddenly, I started to feel a little dizzy. Something felt wrong. I stumbled across the door of the cockpit and pulled it open. "Excuse me," I said, and then I realised. I gasped and stopped mid-sentence. There the pilot lay, unconscious on the floor, his face sweaty, as white as a sheet. I fumbled frantically as I felt for his pulse. He was still alive. The plane started to sway, feeling out of control. Immediately, everyone in the plane started to scream.
On that grey Tuesday morning, two things were true. Jennifer Green was dead, and Detective Miles Anderson was late. Anderson straightened his tie and quickly shut the trunk of his car. The car had to be fairly large because he was a rather tall man. He took a sharp turn and hurried down the road, concealed by the slithering early day mist, approaching the busier side of the city.
My eyes were forced open. All I could see around me was white. Suddenly, I realised I was floating. I was falling from the sky at considerable speed with what felt like a concussed head. All of a sudden, I saw the ground. It was coming closer and closer.
Roche grinned madly as he studied his bounty. He pulled back the blanket in the cart, revealing the smell of food and cider. The fresh grain and meat were in sacks of burlap, in green glass bottles, all tightly bound together by thick rope. No bouillon or jewellery. Nobody hauling that loot would have such a pitiful wagon.
Look, do you see through the trees there? You see the log where the sunlight streaks through. Look on the other side of the log. Go on, just quickly. Then you can see if you trust me. You see it? Rummage through the leaves a little and watch out for something shiny. There you go. A fairy gave me that ring. You can tell because if you look closely at the face, you'll see it's not a human face. It's a fairy face.